Part C, Directions. In this part of the test, you will hear several talks. After each talk, you will hear some questions. The talks and questions will not be repeated. After you hear a question, read the 4 possible answers in your test book and choose the best answer. Then, on your answer sheet, find the number of the question and fill in the space that corresponds to the letter of the answer you have chosen. Here is an example. On the recording, you hear, listen to an instructor talk to his class about a television program.
I'd like to tell you about an interesting TV program that'll be shown this coming Thursday. It'll be on from 9 to 10 p.m. on Channel 4. It's part of a series called Mysteries of Human Biology. The subject of the program is the human brain, how it functions, and how it can malfunction. Topics that will be covered are dreams, memory, and depression. These topics are illustrated with outstanding computer animation that makes the explanations easy to follow. Make an effort to see this show. Since we've been studying the nervous system in class, I know you'll find it very helpful.
Now listen to a sample question. What is the main purpose of the program? In your test book, you read, A. To demonstrate the latest use of computer graphics. B. To discuss the possibility of an economic depression. C. To explain the workings of the brain. D. To dramatize a famous mystery story. The best answer to the question, what is the main purpose of the program, is C. To explain the workings of the brain. Therefore, the correct choice is C. Now listen to another sample question. Why does the speaker recommend watching the program? In your test book, you read, A. It is required of all science majors. B. It will never be shown again. C. It can help viewers improve their memory skills. D. It will help with coursework. The best answer to the question, why does the speaker recommend watching the program, is D. It will help with coursework. Therefore, the correct choice is D. Remember, you are not allowed to take notes or write in your test book.
Questions 38 through 41. Listen to a talk given in a university class.
In today's class, we'll be examining some 19th century pattern books that were used for building houses. I think it's fair to say that these pattern books were the most important influence on the design of North American houses during the 19th century. This was because most people who wanted to build a house couldn't afford to hire an architect. Instead, they bought a pattern book, picked out a plan, and took it to the builder. The difference in cost was substantial. In 1870, for example, hiring an architect would have cost about $100. At the same time, a pattern book written by an architect cost only $5. At that price, it's easy to see why pattern books were so popular. Some are back in print again today, and of course they cost a lot more than they did 100 years ago. But they're an invaluable resource for historians, and also for people who restore old houses. I have a modern reprint here that I'll be passing around the room in a moment so that everyone can have a look.
Number 38. What was in pattern books? Number 39. What course would this talk be most appropriate for? Number 40. According to the speaker, why were pattern books so popular? Number 41. According to the speaker, who uses pattern books today? Questions 42 through 46. Listen to a student telling his classmates about something he saw last summer.
When I was in British Columbia last July working at the department's archaeological dig, I saw the weirdest rainbow. At first I couldn't believe my eyes, because the bands of color I saw weren't in a single half-circle arc across the sky. Instead, I saw a full circle of rainbow hues hanging in the sky just above the sea. Inside the circle, there was a big white disk, and above the circle, there was another round band of colors forming a halo. There were curved legs of multicolored light coming off the sides of the circles. It was an incredible sight. I ran back to our main camp and tried to get our cook to come with me to see my fantastic find before it disappeared. He just laughed at my excited story and told me that what I saw was nothing special, just some sundogs. He said I'd be sure to see many more before I left, and sure enough, I did. When I got back from the dig, I asked Professor Clark about the sundogs, and she's going to tell us more about them.
Number 42. Why was the student in British Columbia? Number 43. What did the student find so unusual about the rainbow he saw? Number 44. What was inside the large circle? Number 45. What did the cook say about the phenomenon the student had seen? Number 46. What did the cook call the phenomenon? Questions 47 through 50. Listen to a talk about the medical profession.
It seems like only yesterday that I was sitting where you are, just finishing my first year of medical school and wondering if I'd ever get a chance to use all my new knowledge on a real live patient. Well, I have good news for you. You don't have to wait until your third or fourth year of medical school to get some hands-on experience. The dean has invited me here to tell you about the university's Rural Opportunities Program. If you enroll in this program, you can have the opportunity this summer, after your first year of medical school, to spend from 4 to 6 weeks observing and assisting a real physician, like me, in a small rural community. You won't have to compete with other students for time and attention, and you can see what life as a country doctor is really like. The program was designed to encourage medical students like yourselves to consider careers in rural communities that are still understaffed. It seems that medical students are afraid to go into rural family practice for 2 reasons. First, they don't know much about it. And second, specialists in the cities usually make more money. But on the upside, in rural practice, doctors can really get to know their patients and be respected members of the community. I participated in the program when it first started and spent 6 weeks in a small rural town. Let me tell you, it was really great. I got to work with real patients. I watched the birth of a child, assisted an accident victim, and had lots of really practical hands-on experience, all in one summer. And to my surprise, I found that country life has a lot to offer that city life doesn't. No pollution or traffic jams, for instance. My experience made me want to work where I'm needed and appreciated. I don't miss the city at all.
Number 47. For whom is the talk intended? Number 48. What would be a successful result of the program being described? Number 49. What benefit does the program offer to participants? Number 50. According to the speaker, what is one disadvantage of a rural medical practice?